All right, can everyone see this?
Yeah, looks good.
Okay, let me start. So today, my name is Alexander Podyachev, and I'm here to preach to you the gospel of Vue. Yeah, you may see that as kind of funny, but my point about that is that the people who are into Vue are actually really into it. So to them, it's sort of like proselytizing a religion. So for those who don't know, uh, Vue.js is a JavaScript framework that allows you to create a client-side web application. Yeah, I know there's a lot of them out there, but this one seems to be like the rising star that shows a lot of promise. So let's get started. So, to quickly summarize how Vue got started, in 2013, Evan Yu, who his face is pictured here, was working at Google, and he was working at on Angular, and he thought that it was too heavy, so he thought maybe he could make his own a web application, and so he named it Vue after considering all others spelled VUE, which is the French word for view and spelled exactly as is. And then it was released on GitHub, I think, in 2014. So, what Vue.js tries to be is it's supposed to be like a middle ground between Angular and React. React is like the more stripped down version. It doesn't have that much features like built into it, whereas Angular has like a lot built into it, but the project can be heavy, so it tries to be just right. In other words, so you can install Vue JS onto your computer, more accurately, the uh, Vue command line interface by installing Node.js, which is the runtime for JavaScript on your computer. And then once you have that installed, go into a terminal or command prompt and type in npm install .g at Vue CLI like on the screen. So just like the other two uh, JavaScript frameworks I've talked about, Vue uses components as the sort of building block for the entire web application. And each component has like, their own uh, set of tags to manage the different parts of the component, and that is template, script, and style. And I will go into more detail about each of those in other slides, but they correspond to the HTML, JavaScript, and CSS parts of the component. So first we have template tag. The template tag is basically how your component is supposed to appear in the web application to the end user. And it is the content for a template tag is basically normal HTML code, both some added attributes that you can put in. We'll talk about those in a little bit. However, the only tricky thing about it is that it only allows you to have like one main root tag to put everything else in. However, they're planning on fixing it in Vue 3, so this will not be a problem. I'm using Vue 2 right now. And here's one of the attributes I was talking about, and that is VIF. And what that is that it signals to the view that you only want to show this tag if a certain condition is met, and you say equal to the condition that you want. Like here's the example code that shows you. Just change condition right here to whatever you want. It just has to be in double quotes. And however, there's also a VLs tag, but I'm not gonna bother for that. But it is sort of interesting. Next up is V4, and that is for iterating over items. So let's say you have a array of items that you want to display. So what you do is you make one tag and then add the v4, and you basically treats it as like a HTML equivalent of a for loop. So how this works is like you set v4 to sort of like a what's in a for statement, and it allows you to set whatever temporary variable that you want. For example, right here I named mine item, and item in array, and in array is whatever array you have. So whatever name I gave the array I want to call, I'd just substitute array here with whatever that is. And item could be whatever heck I want, like I said before, but it's your temporary variable for within the for loop. And then
Can I ask a question about that?
yes,
Can you do DOM selection within that for loop the way, I mean, most other JavaScript supersets allow you to do a for loop and then also do a DOM selection at the same time. Is that true for this as well?
I'm not sure what you mean a DOM selection, but I have to look it up.
The
This is
document model, you know, where you could say, okay, I want all select HTML items that have some ID beginning with A or something like that.
no, it tries. It's not really for that. It's just to show different items. So I'm
Okay.
not sure how to do that.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
And last attribute that I'm gonna go over is vmodel, and what that allows you to do is basically bind the value of this attribute to whatever value, whatever variable you want inside of your component. I just realized there's a typo, but you just set it to the name of your a string name of the variable you're trying to access, which in this case is X. Yeah, there's a few others, but this would basically go on. So this is the last attribute I'm going to talk about here. And now the script tag. This is basically where the meat of the functionality is, and where your code goes, that sort of thing. But you have to set up in a certain way, and I'll show you that when I get to the demo. But yeah, that's this is how you set everything up. And so this is how you specify the data that you want in your component, like internal variables for your component. But the only tricky thing about it is that you have to call it as a function that returns a object filled with your variables. And props, what that is allow you to manually set attributes for the components that you can bring in values from outside and set it when you create it, essentially. Methods, you there's like a section where you define all your methods. I'll show you that later. uh but yeah, you define the methods within a object of uh methods, or sorry, functions. Yeah, yeah, it'll make more sense once I actually do it. And then computed, it's like a special type of variable where you can define special values based on other values. Like, for example, if you wanted to show someone's full name, you could create a computed value by returning the a concatenation of their first plus last names. But I'm not really gonna touch it here because it's not needed for my demo, which is a shopping list program. And then style tag. I don't have that much to say about it, but what it does is allow you to set the style for a component, and if you want, you can scope it to the component you wanted to use. If you want to do something special for a certain button, you can do that here. And then another um, a value feature that is in Vue and also Angular as well, which is client-side routing. And what it is essentially is they try to handle your your requests by simply checking out the HTML components or code from your web page and then putting in new ones. But this is kind of a advanced feature, and I'm not going to demonstrate it because I don't want it to be like over the top complicated. And another thing is you can use Vuex to do state management, which has been described as sort of like a global values. And it's used, people use it to store the state of the application, something that you would want the app to access from anywhere. And I'm happy to see that the Vue is starting to take off in other companies. Here's like some companies that currently use Vue in some capacity. Nintendo, Google, Adobe, and also Apple and BMW. And here's like a YouTube video that can summarize this entire lesson. I mean, presentation. And that's it. Uh, so before I do the uh, demo, I mean, questions, would anyone like to see me make the demo application?
Sure, have at it.
Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead.
Oh yeah, misspelled documents. There we go. Yeah, because it takes a while to make. Oops. Create demo. There we go. Any questions while that's working? Yes, lint. Yeah, by the way, it gives you the choice between ESLint and Babel for.
So while we're waiting here, I got a quick question. So the what do you call it? I think it was the client routing, client side routing. The that enables the what are they called? Single page apps. Is that what you were talking about?
Yes.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's what it's used for. However, you still have to manually add the view router package to your project to do that and do like a setup. But yeah, I'm not gonna do this here simply because I don't want it to um, go over the top.
No worries. Thank you.
Okay, looks like it's making good progress. Okay, it's done. I'm gonna go into the project and I'm gonna run it so you can see what you get out of the box. Okay. There we go. Can everyone see that?
Yep.
Yeah, this is what you get out of the box. No change necessary. So now I'm going to open that project up in here. There it is. Yeah, I'm going to escape that for now because I don't need it. And here's our main app view file. This is how you set up. And in components, we have our hello world.view components, which is our main component that it comes with. So we're not gonna use this. Yeah, and we're gonna get rid of this class here. Oops. Okay.
Have everything all in one file instead of like separated out in different files, it looks like. Like your
Oh,
template and the logic in addition to the
yes.
styling is all in the same file.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, so we're going to get rid of like a bunch of stuff because we don't need that for our purposes anyway.
And then are you going to cover how to embed components within other components?
Yeah, you can. So what you do is like here in the script tag, you have to import it from wherever it is in the file, like the hello world, and then in the components when you just put it right there. Yeah, we don't need this anymore. We're fine. So now I'm gonna start adding some things. If and I'm gonna call it list.length equals 0. So we only want to show this if it's not there. You do not have any items. And then I'm going to use v4 for this. Yeah, I need to add a key. And I'm going to make the key item since I'm only going to have a array of strings as the list. And then oh yeah, I think I have to put in UL. Okay. I think I know how to do this now. And then you use double quotes. I mean, double pairs of brackets for JavaScript. Item. All right.
So can you include JavaScript expressions in double curly braces, or?
Yes. You can do like yeah, you can do 2 plus 2 and it'll return 4.
And is there a way to like connect whatever is in the double curly braces into the app logic? Like, can you do component level state?
Use vmol to bind the value of this object to a variable, which
Okay.
is what I'm about to do. Yeah, I'm gonna bind it to x, which I'll make later. Text, and then placeholder is enter an item. And now I'm going to add a button. And normally you would use von to bind a value, the button clicking event to some method. Yeah, I'm gonna put add for right now. Oops. Add, and then button. So yeah, actually I'm gonna also add a remove button later on, but I'm going to worry about the functionality later. So data function return list. Yeah, empty array and then x's quotes. All right, we're gonna try this out for now. Oops. Oh yeah, it wants there we go. Okay, I see. Okay. Console. Okay, yeah, it's fussing to me because I didn't add the add methods. Yeah, let's add method to this. Okay, let's see. Okay, list dot push x semicolon, and then x will be reset to blank. There we go. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, forgot. Need to add this.
So where in the code is it retrieving the value that's entered in order to push it to the list?
What, you mean x?
Yeah, where is it getting X? Where is that being passed into your add function?
Okay, so, the vmal aspect of
Oh, okay.
input means, I'm binding the value of this input, HTML element to the value of x.
So that's automatically two-way binding?
Yes. Yeah, let me try restarting it. No idea what the heck is going on. the heck? I have no idea what the heck is wrong. But the good news is that I thought something might happen, so I actually made sure to do this project ahead of time. Um, no, not open workspace. Open folder. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna run this instead. Yeah, sorry about that. I was not expecting this sort of thing to happen.
No worries. Appreciate your time and learning something new.
Yeah, it's pretty gutsy to code in front of people, so I'm impressed.
Okay. npm run serve. I think I must have should have put the UL the lines inside of the UL. I think that might have helped me. Okay. There we go. Here it is fully functioning. So I'm gonna add bread and milk and eggs. And also I had the sense to put remove buttons so I can remove all this stuff.
So right now you're running within the context of Vue. Can we assume that Vue generates the underlying HTML that you could deploy to a website and then call it with an HTML? Or do you actually address it as a .vue file?
I'm not sure, but I think what it is that it compiles all the Vue files into like one weird file, and then it gets processed into the code that creates HTML elements and adds them and manipulates them.
Okay, so it's generating, the end result would be it generates the underlying HTML, and your address would be blah, 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 HTTP, whatever, .html, plus all of the files that go with it. You don't have to do anything except make the Vue library accessible from your website.
Yeah, so what the server does, there's like somewhere in the code there it gives you like a index.js folder.
Mhm.
Yeah, there is, and
Okay.
a favicon. And what it does, once it compiles your .vue files into JavaScript code, it automatically injects these JavaScript files into your project. See, yeah, I don't really see any of the JavaScript uh, stuff in here. Um, yeah, so yeah, let me see if I can pull up the inspector.
Yeah, let's take a
Uh,
look at the code.
script, type in JavaScript. Uh, so yeah, what's supposed to do is add these
Sure.
two files automatically in there.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so it's a pretty smart system. Even you and his team are pretty good, I would say. Uh, so it's kind of like a taking off because of how user friendly and quick this is. So that's all I have to show. Does anyone have anything else?
Yeah, I was just wondering how you think it compares to like Angular. It seems like because everything is all in one file, it'd be difficult to maintain if you were building a larger, more robust app.
Yeah, yeah, I'd say I agree with you there. So they might add in the future. They're always improving it, so they might fix the issue. But yeah, right now this is for like a computer science student to quickly make a project, or for some corporate programmer to make a quick project for a company. But I think once all these issues will be addressed, then it'll start taking off more. I think like there's some Vue.js jobs out there right now, but none to the extent of React or Angular. So it still has some room to grow, but I think it looks pretty promising.
From the perspective of consuming APIs, stuff like that, I have relatively limited experience with any of those frameworks. But from that standpoint, how does it compare to either one of those? Is it kind of the same? Is it any easier? What are your thoughts?
I haven't done anything real serious with the like programming API. From what I've heard, there's I think it can be just as like a normal JavaScript file. So I know in Angular they have services which does all that for you. But I think at least for right now it's just like a normal JavaScript file.
So are you able to incorporate other packages? Like I know in React, you can incorporate packages that allows you to more easily consume things from APIs. Can you do that in Vue as well? Or is it just like you said, strictly use regular JavaScript methods to pull data from databases?
As far as I know, it's just like JavaScript that I don't know about. There might also be something that I don't know about, but this presentation is more just for uh show you what is Vue.js, and if this makes you want to look into it more, then great. If not, then I'm happy that you've been ex- uh, exposed to it. But yeah, you can add packages through npm just like any other. Yeah, pull up the command prompt again, and then I'm going to screen share it once I'm back in the project. No documents. Yes. Okay, I'm back in. I'm gonna go screen share this again. Command prompt. So
There we are.
npm install Vue router. Yeah, for example. Yeah, that's how you add new packages whenever they become available to it.
And then I guess you just use regular import statements.
Yes.
I kind of use those. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think I might try to learn how to make a API caller just for this, but as far as I know, no one else has made anything like that. Anyone else?
Well, I found that very informative, and it was a good demo. Thanks a lot, Alex.
Yeah, I'm still learning Vue.js, and I think I want to try to get into Ruby on Rails to make a REST API. Web app.
Okay. You were cutting out for a minute there, Alex. I can't quite tell if you're still talking.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn Ruby on Rails, and I'm also still learning Vue because I would like to make a REST API that is user authentication. Also, I'm working on a Vue.js project to try to learn more about it because
So Express might actually be easier to create the API, and it's still using JavaScript.
I kind of want to do a full stack kind of thing.
Well, that was pretty cool. Definitely appreciate your time and all the info. Thanks again.
You're welcome.
Any other questions or comments for Alex?
Thank you for inviting me, Alex.
You're welcome.
Me too. That was very interesting.
Okay, our next meeting is going to be November 11th. Kelly's friend Morgan Stewart is going to talk to us about artificial intelligence, how it works these days, what some of the technology behind it, and also how it affects most of our lives more and more in society. It'll be November 11th. Looking forward to hearing that and seeing everybody show up. Anybody has any presentations they want to give in the future starting January of next year, let me know and I'll get you on the agenda.
So quick question to everyone in the group. Is anyone interested in a presentation on Ruby on Rails?
I think if you've got that ready next year sometime, that's a generally.
Yeah, I just want to ask if anyone would like to see it.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I think I don't necessarily know that stack, but happy to learn more.
Yeah, I've never looked into it myself either. So yeah, if you want to present it.
All right. I'll learn more about it, and then when I'm ready to present, I'll let Glover know.
Great. Well, thanks for everybody for coming in. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.